Let's go live now to Canberra. Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor joins us live. We've just seen you speaking on the floor of Parliament. So, confirmation, your party, the opposition, is not going to vote for any aspect of this bill. And it is one bill. It's not being hived off into separate bills.
Well, there's one bill and we're opposed to it because Australians' electricity prices after this bill are going up. That's the reality, Laura, and Labor has been confirming that. There's no question about that. The Treasurer said that, the Energy Ministers said that. This is not a solution. It's been a shambolic process, it's shambolic legislation, and it'll deliver shambolic outcomes. And it fails every good test of good policy and good government, and so we're opposed to it. What we're in favour of is affordable, reliable energy, Laura, but Labor doing this is not going to deliver. It simply won't deliver the outcomes that they would like. And in fact, they've given up on their $275 electricity price reduction. No one from Labor in the Parliament today has confirmed that they're still with that. They've given up on it. They clearly gave up on it in the budget. We saw where they think energy prices are going. And the result is this shambolic legislation, which is simply not going to solve the problem.
Okay, if it's not price caps, what is the answer then? And if you're going to say supply, I mean, that takes time as well. So what is the short-term solution?
Well, the short-term solution is supply. I mean, you've got to make sure enough supply goes into the domestic network. Okay. And we did that. And that's why we saw the price. And we saw it in short order, Laura. This is not theoretical. This is actual. I mean, we've had real experience with this. Labor hasn't, which is why they're making these egregious errors, where we got the gas price, which peaked at over $20 a gigajoule, down to, in my time as Energy Minister, we got it down to $5 a gigajoule. Now, it was just more supply to meet the market in the domestic market. It's a simple formula and it works.
There is a small matter of a war in Ukraine as well, and I know you haven't ignored that, but I mean, some of the energy companies are saying this is such drastic market intervention, they would actually have preferred a super profits tax. Would you have preferred that?
No, we prefer more supply in the domestic network. I think if you put more supply into the domestic network as the alternative to those companies, I'm sure they would respond positively to that. That is the answer. You know, this is just very basic economics. Right at the beginning of your economics course, one of the first things you learn is the laws of supply and demand, and if you impose an aggressive artificial price cap, you lose supply.
Okay,
it's
so
that
how quickly,
simple, and you end up with rationing, shortages,
if you were in charge
and costs to consumers.
How quickly and by how much could you increase supply? Would it take weeks or months or years? Well,
the ACCC's already laid all this out. You need about 50 extra petajoules, perhaps a little more.
And where would you get
56, I think, is their number. And the exporters have a responsibility to pump that in and sell that into the domestic network. This is not mysterious. It's very straightforward.
Well, that's kind of sounds
and that's
like
what you
a
do.
domestic
And that's what
gas reservation thing. Is that right?
Well, no, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. It's the system we already had in place and that we delivered on, Laura, and I spoke with the gas companies all the time. I had, a robust relationship with the energy companies, as you will remember. But there was respect there on both sides and we got the job done. And this is what Labor's not doing. It's not working with business. It's got an anti-business mindset. We're seeing the true spots of this leopard at the moment. Very strong anti-business mindset in the way they're going about this, and it won't deliver the results. I mean, the legislation itself is completely botched. There is no regulation, for instance, of the end user markets in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Brisbane. And we know when there's shortages, we'll see price spikes. I mean, there's nothing stopping that in this legislation. So this is just ill thought through, it's ill considered, it's badly put together, it won't deliver the results, and energy prices for Australians, their bills over the next year will be higher, not lower, and Labor knows that.
Matt Keane was talking up nuclear energy this morning on 2GB. Were you surprised to hear that?
Oh, I'm pleased. We should have every horse in this race. We need affordable, reliable energy in this country, not just over the short to medium term, but over the longer term as well. And we need to have every possible technology as a participant in the race. I can't tell you exactly which technologies are going to win in 30 or 40 or 50 years' time, but I do know that this is hard. We do want to see affordable, reliable, sustainable energy with emissions coming down, and that means having every possible technology on the table, and that's an important one, which the world is realising more generally. We're seeing a real resurgence of focus on nuclear, particularly as the technologies are improving with small modular reactors, and I think it's something we've got to consider. And, you know, the ideological exclusion of it by the Greens and Labor, working together, it seems, in a coalition now on energy, will just rule out another possible way of making sure we deliver on what's such an important outcome for Australia.
Well, 6 months ago, Matt Keane described nuclear as chasing unicorns, so perhaps he's been swayed by the South Australian Labor leader?
I don't know what his influences are, but I'm delighted with where he's heading with that, and I hope he keeps going.
OK, we'll see where that ends up. Angus Taylor, Merry Christmas to you. Thanks so much for your time on the program this year. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Laura.